All right, let's jump right in. We all hear it, right? Follow your dreams. But what does that actually cost? Not just in money, but in, well, everything else. Today, we're going to get into a story that really pulls back the curtain on the true price of ambition. It all boils down to this one simple, powerful truth. Nothing is free. And that's really the heart of the journey we're about to go on. Because, everything has a price tag, especially the stuff that really, truly matters to us.
So yeah, this is a story about the real price of a dream. But look, this isn't just some feel-good story. I want you to think of it more like a blueprint. It's a lesson in what it really takes, the grit, the resilience, to make something big happen.
And it all starts with this one guy, a 20-year-old named Leo. He's from a small town, and he's got this absolutely massive dream that's frankly way bigger than his bank account. He wants to own a whole chain of restaurants.
So, right from the get-go, Leo's world is tough. We're talking constant financial struggle. His family is working their tails off just to make ends meet. But his dream? It's just so much bigger than his reality. Which leads to the big question, right? Where on earth do you even start?
And this is where his father steps in with some crucial advice. He tells him, Leo, dreams are not free. If you want something, you have to fight for it. Man, that right there, that's the fuel for everything that comes next. And the first price he has to pay is just accepting that fact. This is not a warning to stop dreaming, no way. It's a call to arms.
Okay, so Leo really takes that advice to heart, and he comes up with his first concrete idea. He notices people in his town have to go pretty far just to get fresh bread. So he thinks, hey, I can bring it to them. It's a simple idea, right? But it comes with a massive, immediate roadblock.
And that roadblock is the age-old question, how do you start a business with literally zero money? This is the ultimate test for any entrepreneur. Leo couldn't even afford the flour for his first batch of bread. It must have felt completely impossible.
So what does he do? He walks for miles to the local bakery to talk to the owner, this kind of grumpy guy named Mr. Anderson. Leo asks him for bread on credit, and Mr. Anderson hits him with this question. Why should I trust you, young man? And see, he's not just talking about money. He's asking for collateral Leo doesn't have yet. Trust.
Leo's answer is just perfect. So simple. He says, because I am determined. He doesn't make up some crazy story. He doesn't make promises he can't keep. He just offers the only thing he actually has. And you know what? It works. It's enough. Mr. Anderson gives him 1 week.
And this is where that determination turns into real action. Leo hits the streets, but he doesn't just sit there waiting. No, he's out there, talking to people, offering free samples, sharing his story with a huge smile. And by the end of that very first day, he sold every single loaf. He made good on his word.
Okay, so he's had a taste of success. But that's not the end of the story, not even close. Leo realizes pretty quickly that if he really wants to build this thing, he can't just be the salesman. He has to be the baker. And that means starting all over again, learning a whole new skill from scratch. And this new path, it comes with a whole new set of prices. First, he has to swallow his pride and ask Mr. Anderson to teach him. Then, it costs him his sleep. We're talking lessons starting at 3 in the morning. And it's physically brutal, just learning how to mix and knead and bake through endless trial and error.
This is the real cost of learning something new, isn't it? It's painful. His hands ached. His bread was either like a rock or totally mushy. There were definitely moments he wanted to just throw in the towel. He felt defeated, probably thinking, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. This is that make or break moment.
But he doesn't give up. He remembers what his dad said and just keeps pushing. And then, finally, the breakthrough. After weeks of nothing but failure, Mr. Anderson takes a bite of his bread and says, "This is perfect, Leo. You're ready." Wow. That's everything, right? He didn't just learn to bake, he learned how to persevere. So now, Leo's got a real business going, baking from his own oven. Things are looking up. But of course, that's when the real tests begin. This is where we find out if the foundation he's built is actually strong enough to handle a serious storm. And the first challenge? A competitor. Some guy named Eric opens up a brand new, super fancy bakery right down the street. Colorful signs, the whole shebang. On paper, Leo's little cart doesn't stand a chance. But here's the thing. Eric had a nice shop, sure, but Leo had built something you can't buy. Trust. He'd earned a reputation, one loaf and one smile at a time.
So he manages to weather that storm. His loyal customers stick with him. But just as he's getting back on his feet, disaster. A fire breaks out in his shop, and it destroys pretty much everything.
I mean, this is it. This is his absolute lowest point. A literal fire threatening to turn his dream into ashes.
But his reaction, this is what it's all about. He looks at the wreckage, and he doesn't see the end. He just sees another challenge. This is the mindset he's earned through all the other struggles. He's thinking, hey, I started with nothing before. I can do it again. His spirit at this point is basically fireproof.
So how in the world do you come back from that, from losing everything? Well, this last part of his story is incredible because it shows that when you're that resilient, the reward isn't just for you. It can actually ripple out and lift up an entire community.
And here's the key. Leo didn't just sit around waiting for a handout. Nope. He went home, and with the little equipment he had left, he started baking again. And when people in the town saw him helping himself, saw that he wasn't giving up, they stepped in to help him, donating time, ingredients, even money to help him rebuild. His refusal to quit just drew people in.
So when you boil it all down, what can we learn from Leo's story? I think there are 4 big takeaways here. 1, dreams cost you something, and that payment is usually hard work and sacrifice. 2, failure is not the end. It's more like a class you have to take to get stronger. 3, you got to help yourself first. When you do that, others will want to support you. And 4, and this is the big one, never, ever give up, especially when things are at their worst. That's usually right before the big breakthrough.
And at the grand reopening of his brand new bakery, Leo says something that just brings it all home. He thanks everyone and says, "You've taught me that nothing in life is free. Not success, not respect, not love. Everything must be earned." He finally understands it in his bones. The best things in life aren't handed to you, you earn them. And that really just leaves one last question for you, doesn't it? For Leo, this whole incredible journey started with one thing, a loaf of bread. So what's your bread? What's that one small, real thing you can start with, maybe even today, to begin building your own dream?